Hello, and welcome to the finale of I am making AC20 characters for 50 hours. Next we're going to be doing the Layton crossover. Just to give a bit of a warning, for the rest of the games, I've only played them at least 3 times. So, I have, a good feeling about my placement about basically most of these characters. While I've only been the Layton crossover once. So I have, less of an informed opinion of these characters. And some of them I don't even remember talking to at all. Plus... I'm also gonna be spoiling, of course, the Layton crossover, or the entire story, of course. But when it comes to characters like, actually Layton, Luke, even Chummy and, Barley, I'm going to compare them as if I'm ranking them based on the entire series of Professor Layton. I'm not gonna spoil what happens in the other games. It's just... my ranking will be based off of the entire series rather than just the Layton crossover, if that makes sense. I'm doing that because I don't want to put Chummy in detail. That's the only reason why I'm doing that. Okay, so I guess let's get started. Alright, firstly we're gonna do Alan. Alan's just an NPC that just is just around. I literally do not remember ever talking to him. He looks kind of like a pompous type of guy, so that's why I'm putting him bottom D tier, because I don't remember him at all. Good start. Alright, up next we have Bardley. Yeah, Bardley I do not mind at all, because yeah, he is yeah, he's one of the witnesses for the trial against doing Herschel's trial, right? No. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Okay, so Bardley was just a bard that's just around the town, which is very stupid because the next character is Bardley. I'll rank Bardley right now. So Bardley is also a bard, but instead this guy's a witness, and he's just the gag is that he's just a worse bard. And every time he plays his music so slow and so irritatingly. I know it's supposed to be absolutely terrible. I know that his music is supposed to be awful, but just listening to him play over and over again, I just want to skip his dialogue every single time. So that's why he's F tier. Absolutely F tier. He's one of the worst characters I've ever made. Of course I gotta keep Director Hardy as the worst character in the series. Of course, I gotta do that. But I do hate this character a lot more. But just for a principle, you know, I feel like I'll get backlash for putting a Layton character as the worst character in the series, rather than an AC20 character as it was in the series. But this guy is absolutely terrible. Yeah. So, okay, then we go to Bardley. Bardley actually is a good bard, and he actually sings well, I guess. Which is why he's C tier. He's actually better. Not annoying. I don't know why this guy's not the witness instead. I understand that because he's gay. The Bardley makes Amir his his master or whatever. And that's the joke because Amir thinks his music sounds good. But still, I think that if you're gonna have a bard show up, just use the bard that you already established as a character. Actually, you know what? That's good. Right there. Alright. Up next is Boystrom. Boystrom he is the leader of the vigilantes. I think that, from what I remember, he was just kind of he was just a tough guy that's the leader. That's all I remember. Yeah, somebody's gonna go very quickly. And usually I will have like music pertaining to the character, but because I'm going through this so quickly, I just might as well just use the soundtrack normally. Yeah, because I don't remember him doing anything, I'll put him there. Okay, up next we got just one of the captains. I believe that he was like at the beginning of the game. Yeah, he was at the beginning of the game, and he let's see, yeah. Yeah, he looks like he's just a typical, just a regular old captain. Yeah, and we see him later with this guy down around here. No, this guy right here, I believe, and he's like accusing them of theft, and we solve a puzzle, and we're like, hey, this guy can't thieve. So I'll put him like whatever, a bit of whatever, right there. Okay. Accidenti? Yeah, Carmon Accidenti. So he basically asks Layton for his help. He's, he was investigating Labyrinthia, and then he died. And that's it. So, victim list. Wait, no, actually, he kickstarts the whole story, so I'll put him a bit higher. There we go. Up next we have Cecil and Petal. These guys are actually, I actually remember them. They're like just like a child, like twins. No, I don't think they're twins, but like two children that fight against each other. One of them has anger issues. The other one is like shy, I believe, and they just give me a puzzle, so I'll put them right there. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Alright, next up is Cinderella. Who's just somebody who is poor that is dressing up like Cinderella, making herself look like royalty when she's poor. That's why I'll put her in C tier, right there. Yep, makes sense to me. Alright, next up is just a regular constable that works with Shelmy, right? Oh yeah, this is the guy that like wants Layton to be, he's like a fan of Layton and wants to have him sign his helmet, that's right. That's a pretty good gag. So I'll put him right there. No. Yes. I could just haphazardly put him there, and yet it makes sense to me. Alright, and then we're going to Constantine. Might be insane that this dog is gonna be A tier. Like, genuinely A tier. Because I remember, this is, Bonhut's dog. And and he like helps us. He like leads us to stuff. Let me see. Yeah, I know the backstory. Oh dang. Okay. I believe he like leads us to somewhere. That's important. I cannot remember if it's where like all the shades are, or I believe which is where the shades are is like below the courthouse, where people get executed by fire. I believe that's where he leads us. But still, also, yeah, the story behind that Bonham, like, was trying to catch this dog for stealing food, but the dog was actually stockpiling food for, his, mother, which he didn't know was dead, so, Bonham just, like, adopted him. So, yeah, pretty good story there. So, yeah, I'll keep him. Hate you. Alright, this kid in the barrel, and that's it. Cooper. Cooper is just in the barrel, and I believe every time you just open it, yeah, he's like, don't touch my barrel. Yeah, I'll put him, like, somewhere right here. Right there. Yeah. Makes sense to me. Okay, up next is, Cracker. The bird that, Birdly holds. That's why I'm in C tier, because I hate Birdly. I don't hate the I don't hate the parrot, but I hate Birdly, so I'll put the parrot right there. Okay, up next is Cutter. This guy is just a guy that's in part of the bad part of town, and he seems like a criminal. But I believe the joke is that he is actually quite a nice guy. He just looks scary, I believe. Oh, no. Okay, I see. So his gag is that he was, that he is a thief, but he goes around gaslighting the guards, telling them that, hey, there's a thief around, you should probably look out for him. It's not me, by the way, guys, but there's somewhere. And I believe he shows us to the thieves' den whenever Maya dies. I gotta put him up here. Yeah, right there. No. Yeah, right there. I'll put him right there. Okay, up next is somebody I don't remember. Oh, Dewey. This is the guy that holds the books, and I believe that's all he does. He just carries books. D tier. Alright, oh, okay, now we got an actual character I can talk about. First, let me take a drink. Alright. Amir Punching Bag. Okay, let me tell you that I found him actually very funny during the first trial. The first trial he was in, I thought he was funny. That he was like just this drunk guy coming out, and then he like witnesses a murder and thought that Kira was saying his thing. You know, stuff like that. I thought was good. It all spirals down during the Jean Grail trial. I thought, wow, absolutely. I thought he was terrible in that. He got this because yeah. So what he did was Layton got turned into a gold statue, and he went ahead and stole the golden Layton statue. No, he stole his arm. He stole his arm and then sold that for a lot of money, and is just flaunting around his cash. And hired a bard. That's right. He hired Birdsley. So this is his fault. But then, that wouldn't be so bad if, actually no, that is pretty bad. If that he thought it was a good idea to do that, and then also try to seem innocent for selling somebody's arm, and then he tampered with the scene of the crime by stealing the poison bottle. This is the biggest issue I had with that trial, was that that I thought it was obvious that that Newton Belduke or whatever committed suicide by poison. I thought it was obvious that that's what happened, and then Amir and it, like, that only was made certain by the fact that Amir is holding a poison bottle and is drinking out of it. Like, nobody's that stupid. His excuse was that he saw a mug with like a skull of crossbones on it, and he thought it looked cool. Like, I would think that even for like medieval times, a skull with crossbones on it is very indicative of poisonous, a poisonous thing. I think we all have something in our brains that tell us, don't drink that. That is probably the worst thing you can drink. But yet he steals it from the crime scene and denies stealing it from the crime scene and is willing to get somebody killed for it. So, if it was just him for the John Grail trial, he would be after you, 100%. But I thought his first act was pretty good. His first act was pretty good. C tier. Let's put him. Right there. Yeah. I'll go with that. Just wish that, oh my god. What he does later is, he doesn't do. Or even if he was like a witness and he wasn't such an asshole and was escaping blame, and like, it didn't seem like the game was wanted us to hate this guy. Not hate, feel bad for this guy. It seemed like the game wanted us to feel bad for him by the end of it, but it's kind of impossible to do that when it comes to this guy. Alright. Anyway, up next is, Eve, who, this is just Isabel's cat. I do not remember Isabel's cat doing anything, so right there. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Up next, lots of words for that one. Flinch, who is the Winston Payne of this game. I do not think that he's better than Winston Payne. Of course, not at all. But still, I think he's kind of whatever, actually. That's why I put him the middle, literally in the middle of C tier. Yeah, that's good to me. Alright. Up next, okay, good. John Grayo. Okay, so if you're a little bit upset that I'm putting most of these characters in C tier and D tier, that's just, I played all of the Layton games except for Catriel, and all of the games have the same problem of the characters don't seem fleshed out at all. Like the side characters, of course. The main characters, the people that are main part of the story, yes, they are good. It's just that characters that, like, show up once or twice just to give you a puzzle and then just fucks off, those characters are hard to rank because they don't show up at all. They are just there to give, like, maybe a one or two sentence gag and then be like, hey, solve this puzzle. Oh man, I couldn't solve this puzzle. See you later, Professor Layton. And then that's it. So that's why I'm just like running through most of these characters, because that's what they are. But John Grayo is an actual important character. I do like her story with that she's a witch and her family was poor, and she decided she wanted to turn something into gold. What did she want to turn into gold? On something. Okay. She just wanted to sell a gold piece. I thought she actually did sell something. She actually did like turn something, like a physical item, into gold. But then her sheep got in the way, her lamb, her goat got in the way. And then I feel like it was a little bit drastic that after she turned to... Actually, not really, because then people would find out that she's a witch. Yeah, once she turned the goat into gold, she tried to drown herself, and then was saved by Newton Belduke, and yeah, Newton Belduke, and was basically adopted by him, even though he knew who she was and that she was a witch. The biggest thing that I thought was not really good about... I do like her. It's just that her rashness, her willingness to come, basically rush to conclusions when she saw that Belduke had a letter that was from the storyteller. She thought that immediately that that he was going to sell her out, and she would then be executed. I thought that, and so because she thought that, she decided to choke him out. I thought that was a little bit, you know, too quick, like, of a conclusion, because this guy literally, like, knows who you are, is essentially putting himself in danger by like abetting a witch and holding a witch in his own care without reporting her. And so, like, I would think that you would at least try to, like, talk to him, do something like that. And if he's like, oh, that's exactly your suspicions were correct, I am going to sell you out, then I would just say, use a spell on him or leave, you know? Like, I felt like her trying to kill him, even though he was already dead or whatever, I thought that was, like, a little bit too quickly, which is why I'm putting it in A tier rather than S tier. Fuckers. Low S tier. Low A tier, though, but A tier nonetheless. Actually, is that good? I believe that is good. Yeah, I'll do that. Okay. Up next is Johnny Smiles. This is a nice student character. My god. So I saw this guy. I'm like, this guy is a Shu Takumi character. Johnny Smiles. He's just a cool guy. Smiles all the time. Has sunglasses. He eats chocolate. What was it? Yeah, I believe he eats chocolate or whatever. And assaulted somebody. So just because his name is Johnny Smiles, I'm putting him in B tier. That is guaranteed. We're in B tier right there. Yeah, yes, there. That makes sense. Yeah. I don't remember his reasoning, though, for assaulting Al Dente or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. The wiki's not telling me anything about him. But from what I remember liking this guy. And I was hoping that, like, oh, all the rest of these characters are going to be just as good as Johnny Smiles. But, no. They're just one-dimensional. Alright, the judge for Labyrinthia. Does he do anything specific? Special? Yeah, he shows a bias to Barnum. Let's see here. Yeah, he was shocked about the town being fake, and then he was like, you know what, I'll still stay here. But still, I think he is better than the British judge. Where did I put the British judge? Tell me. Yeah. Yeah. Actually, better than the Crown judge, yeah. Yeah, because them two are basically the same character, except that this guy was fake, and he was like, oh shit. Alright, the British judge, oh, this guy's like an actual British judge, but this guy's only in one trial, and that is it. So, worst judge, worse than the Canadian judge? No, I'll put him literally like there. Because I have no reason to hate him. I remember him, which is why he's not down here. So... oh, good. Oh, Kira. Okay. Kira... there was a problem that I had with the murder method with the came to Kira. Let's see here. Oh yeah, it was not really her fault, but because she dropped her glasses and she doesn't have her glasses, they made like the argument that she couldn't do something because she didn't have her glasses. She's not blind and she can still see things. Is that she has blurry vision? It's like, I thought that was a little bit like, what are you talking about? Bit of thing, but Kira, not only is it Karina Reeves, but I believe that she is actually good. A tier even. Better than I think so, because she's much more important to the overall plot, because we find out that everybody that's been quote unquote executed by fire is actually still alive and is instead working for Darklaw. And then she was set to become the Great Witch Brazilla, I believe. But then she, like, yeah, said that spell is the actual Great Witch Brazilla. Let's see here. Okay, I see. Yeah, I believe, yeah. So then she found out the truth that it was actually Darklaw who run the bell, and so Darklaw held her, put her in jail on the top of the bell tower, and then when we finally found her, like, I think that Darklaw was trying to make her seem like Brazella, even though Darklaw was trying to make Espella look like Brazella. Anyway, Kira also had a bomb, I believe. Kira blew up a market. Almost killed Phoenix Wright and a child. Yeah, it was also like a pretty good scene that like before she was executed, she was like pleading to everybody to go like after Espella because she genuinely believed that Espella is like the greatest witch, and if just yelling to kill her so that all this can be over with. So let's put Kira right there. Yeah, no, but no. Yeah, I put it right there. That makes sense to me. Alright, up next is Knightley. This guy is just not really a knight, he's just training to be a knight for the first trial, and then when we see him again, I believe he says that he failed the trial, and instead he's not selling, like, potatoes or whatever. He's like a market guy. Yeah, he was selling potatoes, and then his potato exploded. His potato cart exploded. But at least I somewhat remember this guy, and I'm gonna put him C tier. Let's put him... Actually, that works. I'll put him right there. He does also have, like, a flimsy plastic sword, which that's... a pretty good bit, but that's it. Alright, up next is, Letty Mailer. She would be fine. I do find that her voice clip of her yelling is actually ear-piercing and awful, and it feels terrible just to listen to it. Even though that's the joke. I feel like she should stop. I believe that Shu Takumi was writing the trials while Level 5 was doing like the rest of it, like the overall plot and whatever. But please stop writing characters that are purposely annoying because then it makes me not have fun. You know, please stop doing that. Other than that, oh yeah, she was also very adamant about not by disallowing us to read any of Isaac Beldude's letters, which probably could have helped solve a murder case. So I kind of hate when people do that. Like, I would like to solve this murder case. I think I'll put it right here. Because, like, all the stuff that she's... like, her as, like, her personality, I think it's fine. The idea of somebody that's very dedicated to delivering mail, I like that. But all of her actions during the trials and her annoying voice clip just completely shambles her placing on this list, and I believe that she deserves to be down here. Once again, this is from one playthrough of the game. Maybe if I do 2 more playthroughs, she will go higher. Alright, so next up is Mary, who I also found annoying because she just abuses her lamb that she holds. Let's see. Alright. Jesus. So yeah, she's like fucking... And the milk came from her farm, and that's why she was reported to the trial. But yeah, I'm gonna put her down here. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'll leave her there. That makes sense to me. Does it? No, I'll put a C2. Right there, that makes sense to me. That makes sense to me. Don't argue with it, because it makes sense to me. Alright, up next is Muffet. She's just around. Yeah, that's right, she's obsessed with Barnum, so she's kind of like that person that's obsessed with Grotsky in the other games. But yeah, that's all she does. So, for right there, D2. Alright, up next are Muggs and Rob, or the victims of the first Labyrinthia trial. But then it's revealed that they are actually still alive, and they are like pretty good servants to Darklaw. But that's it. D tier. I feel so bad. I feel bad putting most of these guys as D tier. Right there. They kind of look alike. That's the only reason. Isaac Belduke I actually put higher because he's like friends with the storyteller, and he was there, I believe, since the beginning. He was there to help create the town. And the idea, once again, of him taking care of John Grail and him going against the storyteller, I think it's an A2 character. Yeah. Yeah, right there. Kind of close to being the best, even though the best like character that we don't talk to at all, and it's been dead throughout the entire game. But Genshin and Asogi still takes it. Okay. I don't believe I have anything else to say about him. Yeah, I have nothing else. Up next is a guy named Nosy. I do not remember at all what he does, so I literally do not remember this guy. He was in the trailer, but yeah, I do not remember this guy at all. So, in fact, less so than this guy. Actually, I remember this guy more than this guy, so I'll put him there. Alright, up next is Old Rudy. Old Rudy. She sells us like turnips, right? Yeah, and she gives us a puzzle. D tier. Right there. Makes it, yep, makes sense to me. Nothing else to say about her. Alright, up next is Olivia Al Dente, who is yeah, a witness and a victim. She does have like a bit of spunk or whatever, but I really do not remember much about her. She just very much accuses the speller of being the criminal the entire time. Let's see here. Accuses the speller of stealing and assault. Yep. And she like cuts a fish, I believe, in the middle of doing her animations. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, she's a jewel thief in the inside the Badger doll. It was there was like a gem inside of it, and she didn't want a speller to take it, and that was it. I'll put a bottom B tier, yeah, like down here. I'm not definitely not better than Johnny Smiles, so I'll put it there. Alright, up next is Patty Claire, and she's like the mother that takes care of Phoenix and Maya when they lose their memories. She's pretty chill. I'll put her like right there. Yeah, I'll put. She's pretty chill. I just remember her being pretty chill, and being like a supporting mother figure. But that's basically it. Up next is a guy named Petter. This guy just gives that puzzle. I remember his model, but I don't remember his personality at all. So, D tier. Actually, I'll put him a bit higher. D tier. Alright. Up next is the guy named Price, who is a pawnbroker. Yeah, a pawnbroker, and he just wants a bunch of money and he wants to buy a bunch of houses, I remember, and then he gives us puzzles. D tier. Nah, yeah, right there. Alright, now we got an actual witness. Yeah, Miss Primstone. She was a teacher, and she's like a very strict teacher. Kind of like a Crocker type of thing. But that's it. They just... A lot of these kids are just one-dimensional personalities. Like, she thought, okay, let's get a teacher that's strict. And there you go. Nothing else interesting about her. C tier. Right there, next to Mia. What else did she do? It won't tell me, but that's from the one playthrough I've done. That's all I remember of her, is that she's just kind of intimidating, quite an intimidating teacher. Yells at Phoenix, and that's it. Alright, up next is Riddle Mysteer, who is the basically the replacement of Granny Middleton. Honestly, yeah, this is kind of how you want to write like a character that doesn't show up at all. She is like very shy, I believe. Kind of doesn't want our main characters to poke around or whatever. But then once they find something that she's like into, or like puzzles, they talk about puzzles, she then gets very into it, and she gets very invested. You know, just like that small bit of like contrast between when we first met her and then versus the last time we meet her. You know, there's like an actual bit of contrast, a bit of difference, so we can actually see the scale of a character. And we talked to her like 4 times, right? And yet she still leaves an impression in me because of like how interested she was in these puzzles. Even though I did not miss any puzzles, so I didn't get to talk to her a lot. Like better than Mini Mimo, yeah. Okay, that's all I have for her. Next is Rouge from Sonic. So she was at the bad guy hideout, and I believe she comforted Phoenix. I believe it was Phoenix. No, I believe she comforted Luke. Whenever Luke was sad that Layton's dead. It was I believe it was Phoenix that Maya was dead, and she like comforted him. I believe that's what happened, but still she's like B tier, bottom B. Right there. Nah, better than John Garrett. No, John Garrett is better. Alright, next is just the regular shades that I would basically rank this based on the twist that everybody's still alive and they became shades and they were working under the Dark Law. All Layton twists are just completely batshit insane. That's why I'll put him right there. Because I thought it's a good twist. Because obviously they can't kill off Maya. Oh, can they? Ace 27 do that. Alright, up next. Okay, so we got a character I'm going to actually talk about. The storyteller. So, the storyteller is Aspella's father. And so, he believes that Aspella was the one that run the bell and caused the Great Fire to kill everybody. So, in order to prevent that from getting leaked, he essentially brainwashed everybody into starting like a play for Espella, which, you know, on the surface seems like a pretty innocent and sweet idea, right? But I think that once it started to get to the point where Espella is fighting for her life because she believes that she is a witch, and then that witch people that are witches are getting executed and people are getting thrown into flames, I feel like you should probably cut back a bit and be like, ooh, guys, let's not do the execution plots right now. That seems like a pretty bad idea. But no, he keeps on going, you know. But then when we tell him that Espella believes that she is the great witch and she's willing to sacrifice herself, he's like, whoa, I had no idea. That's freaking crazy. Let me go testify. Which that makes no sense. How do you not know? Which I know that Darklaw is keeping information from you, but still, you should probably like pay attention to your daughter or whatever. But yeah, I just felt like how the town started makes sense, and how like at the beginning, like he just wanted to protect his daughter, and that was kind of sweet. But then he made it like an accurate, medieval times Renaissance fair, and people started dying, and explosions are happening, and people are not having a good time. Probably. You really probably should have just stopped. Which is still, I'm putting him like B2. It's like, just because of that. Let's see. Right there. Yeah, that's good. Right there. I have nothing else to say about him. And he wanted to create it because he was suffering from an illness, yeah. Ended his death, and then Kira would be the Great Witch Bazella, and then the town would be free from the sword. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm keeping him there. Alright, up next is, Tugget, the guy who tugs on his beard. He's very anxious about stuff, and he just tugs at his beard. And that's it. D tier. Right there. Yep, I'll go with that. Up next is like the wagon driver, yeah. She's just an old lady that takes main characters to Labyrinthia, and she also takes people that are executed into the Shade Town. But I'll put her actually up here, right there. Okay. Woodsmith. This guy I actually liked. He just says nothing but riddles and proverbs, and that's it. And he also joins the Vigilantes as well. Which I guess is a pretty good bit. B tier. Right there. Yep. Okay. And he actually talks a lot more in testimonies and whatever, but that's all I remember them by. Oops. Well, there goes my, I got rid of my cheat system. But oh well, I believe I can do the rest of these guys. Yep, okay, so. Up next we have the Vigilantes. Uh, so I'm going to rank the vigilantes as a group rather than one by one, to save room on the tier list, because I think that they're not good. Having like 9 people testify at once is a good bit, true, but having all these characters that are literally just one-dimensional, have only one personality trait, and that's it. I feel like the best one is the crippled guy, while the worst one is clearly the guy who just wants to be assaulted by the hot chick. So yeah, I'm gonna put them... like right there. I'd rather have like a 40-minute conversation about stereoscopes than to do these testimonies again. Alright, now we get to the actual characters. Ooh. Okay. So, once again, I'm going to be ranking basically Layton, Luke, Charmy, and Bowden by the series. So Layton, comparative to all these characters, I think I'm going to put Layton... I think right there. I'm going to put Layton right there. Layton is perhaps one of the coolest protagonists in video game history. He's very... he knows how to use a sword. Like, like... There were countless times where Layton just gets into a sword fight in his games. It's amazing. He's also very smart and wise, but he's also he's just a badass character. Yeah, that's like, you would never think about it. He's just honestly a better Indiana Jones. That is what Professor Layton is. And I like it that, like, we have a smart character that is actually smart. There's a lot of times where, like, we have characters that think they are smart, that, like, the writers are making them smart, but then they make a stupid mistake, right? Layton doesn't do that. Layton's actually smart. And even, like, for, like, twists that happen, like, in Aslan Legacy, that he didn't expect, we, the audience, didn't expect either. I don't like his backstory and whatever, and, you know, stuff like that, but I think that the Professor Layton games are worth it just for Professor Layton himself. He's pretty cool. Okay, we'll go to Luke Triton. Luke, I will also put in S tier, but way in S tier. The only thing is that I don't like Luke in in The Lost Spectre. It's just like because that game he's like seems like mysterious and whatever, like whoa, I'm a freakish kid that can predict tragedy or whatever, but Luke in like Unknown Future, even I like Luke in like Miracle Mask and Aslan Legacy. I like him in all the other games. I think I put him right there. No, right there. Yeah, I'll put Luke right there. His undying faith for Professor Layton, because he like actually cares for him other than Father Clark. But yeah, I thought that like whenever I started Professor Layton that I would dislike Luke and find him annoying, but no, not quite the opposite. He's actually endearing and a good character. Alright, up next is Aspella Cantabella. Okay, so just from her basic personality and looks, she's just whatever. She's like just a bland character, and that's fine. Even like when we have like conversations with when we're in like the bakery or whatever, she's fine. She seems like a normal person, right? But then once she starts having like doubts about herself and she believes that she is the Great Witch, oh my god, she is the worst thing ever. She's the worst thing ever created. Ever created. Uranium, I don't give a shit, alright? She's awful. She's completely terrible during these times. And even when we unequivocally like prove that she is not the Great Witch, it was not her fault, it was instead Darklaw who rung the bell, she still believes that she is that she rung the bell, and she tries to kill herself over it. Like, that's unbelievable. It's like truly unbelievable that she would do this. It's like she's just like creating conflict for absolutely no reason. She was just like setting up a scene that she and Darklaw can get back to like help each other. But why not do this like 2 hours beforehand, before we solve the whole mystery? Like, why not do that? That makes it's like absolutely like it's like the absolute stupidity that that it's directed like this. D tier. I don't want to put him in F tier because I don't know. Yeah, you know what? Yeah. I'll put it in F tier because they absolutely just butchered this character that could have been interesting and like give us a good story about guilt and regret. But instead, no, it's just a story about stubbornness, a story about maybe, yeah, she like hated herself so much that she didn't even want to believe that she could be a good person. Yeah, that makes sense. But even if that was the intention, make it more obvious, Shu. Alright, please. Anyway, yeah, I'll keep it there. Alright, Barnum. Barnum is... I think he's kind of like a decent prosecutor. He's like he's not... Yeah, I'll put him in A tier. Because he's definitely better than Nayuta. But I do not see a lot special with Barnum. He's just, he does have, like, I believe, throughout the game, he, like, starts to have some doubts that witches are bad people, or whatever, and that we should be executing them. But still, it's a little bit... It's, like, so small that, like... Yeah, I'll put him there. Like, it's so small that it doesn't really matter. So, yeah. I feel like they could have just done more. He's just kind of like a placeholder to me. That he's just... Nobody's taking the prosecutor's bench. Let's just bring up this guy. Let's just this guy who's just there to just push the conversation forward. And that's what he is like to me. Yeah, I once again, first playthrough. This is after beating the game. This is just what impression that he left on me after finishing the game. All right, Darklaw. Darklaw. I feel like she is better than Espella, 100%, because she actually did start the Great Fire, and because she was a child, she put the blame on somebody else, and then she consciously removed that from her mind, and then gaslit herself into thinking that Espella did it, and that the storyteller covered it up, and then her father killed himself, and then because her father is Isaac Belduke, I believe. Yeah, yes, yeah, that is true. I still put in A tier. put her... Let's put her there. Yeah, that works. Yeah, I feel like that how they handle guilt with her character makes a lot more sense than what they did with Espeller. Even though I don't like the scene where she, like, saves Espeller from killing herself, I feel like that should have been, like, fucking 15 minutes earlier. But, still, the fact that she's not gonna get punished at all for destroying an entire town and killing thousands of people, nah, don't care about that. That's fine. But yeah, I think I'll keep her there. I'll keep her there. That's yeah, that's all I have to say about her. From her first playthrough type of thing, that's all I have to say about her. Alright, now we get to do fucking go show me. S tier, dude. What are you fucking thinking? I should probably not. Let's put him in A tier. Yeah, let's put Show Me in A tier. Let's probably Show Me right here. No, not that high. Actually, right there, yeah. I do like him for, he's not even a good detective. He's just, kind of like a slapstick comedy man who, always follows Layton to his troubles. He's like, oh god, Layton, what are you doing here? And then Layton's like, I'm here to solve a puzzle. Chester? Okay, Layton, but don't fuck around, please. You just, you know, I just like Chummy. I just like him. I do like his backstory that he gets for Unbound Future, and there's also a special scene within Lost Spectre that talks about Chummy's backstory, and I like his backstory. So look at that, because that's probably the main reason why he's this high. This high. Okay, and then we got Barton. I'll put Barton bottom A. I do, because I do like the gags that he does where he just goes off and just ignores the investigation because he just wants to do something else or whatever, and then but then Charlie like has to keep him in line, but they still like have like a good chemistry together. So yeah, I would say that he deserves to be right there, and that nobody gets to decide that I am incorrect, because I am always correct. Alright. It's over. It's over. We have done it. We have done it. We have ranked every single Ace Attorney character ever created. Except for, like, some of these guys, but these are, like, repeats. But... So, if you just skip to the end of the video just to see the full tier list, allow me to explain myself. Okay, so S tier is basically, I find these characters with no flaws. Essentially no flaws. Fantastic. I think that they leave me at the edge of my seat, just even if they show up, right? Like, whether that be like a twist that happened to them, or the overall arching story, the backstory, or even if they're like very hilarious. And it's just every time they're on screen, I am happy, right? Alright, so for A tiers, I think that these guys are good characters, very good characters. It's just that I wish that there was a little bit more with them. Like Lane's backstory, I don't think is that interesting. Plays the best. I wish there was like something with his backstory. Like they gave us something with that. You know, just a little bit more with these characters. But I still think that they're very good, very good. B tier, these guys are average to above average. There's like, I don't think that they're necessarily bad. It's just that there's like some qualities that I like about them that makes them there. Or in the case of Naruto, his backstory and his reveal at the end brings him up here rather than in fucking F tier. C tier, these are perfectly average characters. I have essentially not a lot of thoughts about them. Except for Guran, which I put Guran down here because I think she's a bad prosecutor, but I think that she's like a intimidating villain or whatever. Like a good villain for Apollo to take down. But all these characters are like average, whatever, I don't care. D-tier, these characters do either annoy me, or I don't remember them, or they basically do nothing, which is essentially a lot of the victims. And in F tier, these are characters I absolutely despise, hate, I want them gone from the existence of this planet. They are terrible. It's essentially, this F tier is just to single out these people as being the actual worst characters in Ace Attorney. So, just to let you, that is essentially my entire list of Ace Attorney characters. I don't think I'm going to make any changes. I don't see anything that like jumps out at me as like, oh, I should probably change this. But talk in the comments. About this list. If you disagree with the placing, go ahead and voice your concern in the comments, and I'll either defend myself or be like, oh shit, you're right. I'm a failure as a person. All right. So thank you all for watching the series of I rank Ace Attorney characters for 20 hours. Make sure to like and subscribe and hit the bell to be notified every time we upload, which is every single day. Bye, everybody. Thank you.